Put some pressure down onto Vigo out there in short, and then start the plane towards A. AstralisTalent playing this retake heavy, and Bruce is going to fall early on.
What a shot, what a kill, what a start for Enterprise here. Mr. backed up into the back lines of the site over at CT stairs. Ultex gets credited with a kill onto Blytz, but Vigo has fallen in turn, and Mr. finally trades for 3 versus 3. Miltsy on 1 point of HP might not be required. Matties has struck back from Miltsy, trying to look for the kills against the player at CT. Ultex caught the motor hole. There's the kill for Eli, and it's Fester in a 1 versus 3. Can't land the kill shot towards Miltsy, can't land the tag shots towards Matties. He'll try desperately, but Miltsy in the back will get his kill. And get
position, just forcing a mistake and trying to get Vigo aggressive.
And Blytz in with the opening kill against Festival. Vigo will find that trade in the end.
Passive. He's lost his teammate though. They've rotated away.
Still catches Mattis at the right time, so a headshot connects and a kill gets found. Flashes and nades coming inbound. They think that Van is completely clear, but Ultex makes it a double. Mangus finally on the responsive, but they brought in the advantage for a shot.
Guys towards that backstabbing for the apartments could be difficult. Mangus, does he aggress this?
Waits in the midst of the smoke here, 2 sets of footsteps, transfers the spray to the second man, but doesn't get the kill for it. Bruiser tagged to 58, but no further down than that. Connection sees that second man as well, but so far nothing landing. The teams will make their way up, and Vigo will strike first. Bruiser with a responsive. Molotov against his name is forced to use the smoke here. Eli tagged to 24. Further flashes in as Vigo's finally traded back by Miltsy, so some sort of response, but still a 4v3 for Astralis.
Yeah, they want to keep that pressure on the NWP, make it as awkward as possible. CT's need to try and get here to help out, and that at least drops the bomb. Mr. peeking out from that CT spawn angle. Mangus trying to come in from Con. If no one's watching it, it could be the way in.
Done a little bit of damage. Problem is the man advantage for Astralis, and as they take down Miltsy, it's all left to Mangus. His position revealed. A 1v4. Good challenge onto Ultex. The adjustment there, however, leaves him on low HP. 48.
Professor just relays more information further on that the repositions back in towards connector. Mistor can peek up towards the top.
They're moving closer and closer to top mid. Vigo in particular watching, ready for the run boost. Spray comes up. Blytz goes falling. Matties responded to. Fessel gets 1. Mr. able to trade back. A 3 versus 2 situation overall. Astralis. Mr. seen him. Smoke clears. Kill comes in. Miltsy in a 1 versus 3 now. Flashbang evaded. Tried to lean into that cubby corner, catch that player off, but looking the wrong way at the wrong time. That's information gain now for the CTs. And a duel that he just can't win. Mister with a triple. He might be ready for this player. Ultex. Start to see them as it clears up. Gets picked up initially by the AK. Great flash in, great distraction plays. Sprays through from Vigo on the site itself. 10 seconds though. Got to get that bomb down desperately. Miltsy going to go falling. Matties to respond towards it. Incendiary on the site. As that falls the bomb away, it just goes down for Eli, but doesn't extend far enough. Matties through the smoke gets Fester. It's a 3 versus 2 actually. Bruiser getting Eli to return. Mister brings it back to even standing. Some of this retake for AstralisTalent is looking pretty good. Mangus and Blytz on the crossfire. In from backbench ahead over at short control. Mister's seen the spray comes through the AWP. All that remains now.
Bruce is trying to see if he can get that bench player out to the open, but no one's really peeking out wide. Blytz is just jiggle peeking. Very well done here. And now Enterprise can just play the time, peek off one another. Bruce is trying his absolute best. What a slow... thinking about a timing of just slow walking forward. Now Enterprise have to cancel, and Vigo's even aggressed underpass. He's still with Mangus.
Oh, slight gap in that smoke for Blytz to work with, though. Mister's going to get caught for it.
Tex might just be running straight into them. Eli on the other side. The NWP does get caught off.
Now he hears them in the apartment's control. Fessor. Molotov's up from Matties. Will try driving back. Vigo's watching from the market doorway. Fessor will fall. 3 versus 3, and Blytz catches the only angle in which he'll be safe at peaking that position. So an advantage now tips the favor of Enterprise as the bomb goes down here.
Enterprise in the post plant's really showing up these last couple of rounds. Ultex doing as much damage. They swing together, and now Bruiser's got to try and clutch again. This looks awfully familiar, but this time around...
as Bruiser is sticking around for the exit frags. Miltsy does get caught out of market, and the second player... Good step turn in mid. Fessor, what an adjustment that is. Vigo forced to get a kill in the end. Mangus also responded to firing towards his position. Will try and drive him back. It's Mister...
And that pace, AstralisTalent were just ready for it, even peeking down onto the NWP. Very nice duels being applied.
Yeah, 2 left in standing. Make that 1 trade back for Mangus at least, but a 1 versus 5 overall to win. It's kind of appropriate that they find the adjustment off the back of that tactical pause. Now, once they didn't even feel like there was much resistance in this round for Enterprise. It doesn't deny the CT stairs, however. Damage has been done to Mister and Bruiser. Finally, Mister falls ahead of the AWP. Matty's boosted up to try and continue
the... The bomb is getting stuck out from this ramp position, and Blytz is just hoping for Jules. At least he deals with Fessor.
That's a good shot. A 5-on-3 now. Ultex Putting nades down position alongside a teammate will catch Blytz off on the site itself. Now look for a secondary pick, which he gets. Manga's forced to respond. A 3 versus 2. The AWP makes it 2v2. Drops that bomb out at Tetris. The lineup for Vigo. Sees both, gets one. Eli trades to a 1v1. It's an AWP v. Out towards ramp is where that bomb goes down. Bruiser catches the man regardless as he looks towards CT, trying to outplay the CT side, but got those bank accounts and build them up to close out the half on a decent affair. Mister's going to find Blytz pretty easy as a result. First man, so he should remain safe ahead of bench. CT's thinking about popping open there, and Miltsy will catch Fessor off guard. Vigo backs away, and Bruiser also does the same. Get back towards the sniper's nest in the jungle entrance. Seeing Matty's getting that kill on Vigo's part. Flash in against Mangus. Might be aware of the boost up. Didn't hear the jump face from bench, so kill found. Second player also seeing jump off of Vigo. And Eli, tapped up by the USP. Quadra for the man. Could well get it with the way they've been playing so far on CT. Enterprise, Eli, first man, out dealt with by Oltex. That flashbang does nothing at all. Mid controls even being conceded by Enterprise. They're playing into the apartments very quickly. Nice nade from Vigo though. Does so much damage, sets Oltex up for the kill. Vigo gets one of his own, doubles up, triple found a transfer. And it's effective a lockout for Astralis. Bruiser will try and take the split play in towards Connector. They're flashed already. It's going to be Dry Peaks in against Eli and Co. Who gets that first kill. Fessor trades it. One CT out towards ramp though. 2 CTs out towards ramp. In fact, they haven't checked it. Headshot on the first man. Fessor could get caught off. No, he turns around. But Matty still the second element. The rug from underneath their feet. And Fessor checks it. Still gets the head anyway. With Mangus falling in the interim, it's Miltsy alone in the 1 versus 3. Spots that first, gets that kill. Is aware taps that once. Looking for Oltex. No idea. Desperate to catch that player off, but Oltex holds his own. And Astralis.
How much damage this force spike can really do?
Nothing on the part of Blytz. Kill found for Mister. Fessor follows suit towards Matty's in connector control. Scout for Eli does land a decent headshot to Fessor at least. So there is a responsive. The 4 versus 3 with map control gain and a bomb plant secured.
Yeah, very good pick coming through from the D, going on to Bruiser, and now Vigo starting to fall. The bomb's not planted at all, and the last couple
Oltex checking that position, but the Deagle starts pushing forward. Shot out, 2 taps, Oltex dead, and all to Mister. Galil in hand. It once. Mister playing the time. Starts swinging, sees Mangus, gets his kill. Miltsy now back on it though. Mister's got to reposition real quick towards us. They're already on the defuse. It's open for ramp. He missed that jump. That's it. That should be round here. Eli, especially challenging, kill gets found. There's just not enough time. Astralis right back in with the Deagles and the Eco around. Already Mangus has picked up Vigo. Crossfire from him and Matty's does end up getting broken by Mister on one part of things, and Mangus ends up with a triple in the end. So the Kevlarless players just fall at the hands of the M4. Quadra for Mangus, on for the ace. Oltex trying to defend him from Connector, and I think Mangus wants to try and press forward, get this ace out. Does fall in the end for it. Not like it matters in a massive amount though. The SMG for Matty's instead. With mid control, they'll make their way up. Eli's going to get caught first.
Right, very nice play from Matty's to drop that bomb, gather that information. Still 2 players aggressive from the short face, and the bomb's been dropped. What do the T's do? They've gained A-site control. They're already in jungle. They've got top connector. They've got to keep fighting to get the bomb back.
Good playing from Miltsy, but Mangus has traded back. Now Blytz back at CT. Got to get back towards side. Oh, Mister catches the headshot, but Miltsy's still defending the bomb itself. Gets a second, tapping forward for the triple. On for the quadra clutch once again at low HP, 17. And Miltsy making noise. That's enough. Vessel can just take his time with this one. Tapped once by the CT player. Time's too far ticked anyway. No kit, no chance. Vessel.
This is going to be an A play. For sure it is.
Yeah, it's got to be. That bomb's basically committed up towards ramp. Eli caught, and Blytz does drop that bomb. That's all important, but Matty's fallen in turn. Blytz trying to see if he can hold them off here, making a massive mistake, and it could cost them because now Enterprise have locked out that defensive line. Blytz gets picked up, Miltsy drops the same. Mangus alone, plenty of lineup potential, but gets none of it out of things if Enterprise do go 0-3. It's still early doors, however. It's still a chance in this series, but that chance is slowly stepping away. Map 1 for even the 16th round on this particular map. The 16th round of the next map, perhaps. That's the main thing Astralis are looking for. Miltsy trying to chime in for now, getting Vigo, but not getting Fessor. A trade is found. Mangus turns it into a 3 versus 3 at least, and dives the hell out of Sniper's Nest. Well, Blytz is watching on the center of the site out towards connected control, and that's the spray that comes through for them. Big mistake by Enterprise. I would have thought that Mangus would have at least accounted for the fact that Fessor was there in Sniper's Nest, but nope. Kill gets returned, and it's a 2 versus 2 situation, actually. Probably got to get set up here for Enterprise. Mangus will fall. And Eli try leaning against Mister, but traded back on their own right. 1 versus 1. Nades up the position.
And it's stuff like that where that is a gap in the defense.
I should say for AstralisTalent, there's lack of Kevlar across 4 players for Enterprise, so it's not even that bad of a weapon here. Vessel strikes, missed the headshot. That's what I'm talking about. Eli down, Matty's down, Miltsy down, and it's map down for Enterprise. 16-8 for AstralisTalent.
Inconsistent behaviors continuing to come out here from Enterprise. You think about the way that their big Academy game went on Mirage. You think about how it was so much better against Dream, and then right here against AstralisTalent, just not showing up at all. Just lacking in the first half. The second half just got rolled over completely, and
AstralisTalent over towards the A side as they try lean in on that side of the map. Blytz spots Vessel, gets that headshot in, tries to fall back as his teammates start to re-aggress into
They wanted to fake the A and bring that bomb over to B, but now they've lost that pick. They have to commit with what they've got. What is going on? Oh my goodness, blink and you miss it.
We'll work with that. Enterprise have Blytz alone out towards mid. Overwhelmed by Viggo, who makes it a triple in the round for him.
They had a very good force buy on that City side, was able to get the Deagles up into a lot of good positions, and Blytz already wins the opening man advantage onto Mister.
Re-aggression in, tap forward, doing more total damage towards the Mac 10, eventually getting that kill with a headshot as he swings back for it. A rifle, an SMG rather, than it can get gained here. Oldsake's now leaning in, further flashes over, 2 to line up, and Mattis gets a double instead of his own lineup. So it's a 1v5, and Enterprise just nothing left in it for him.
Matty's just playing that anchor roll over towards the B side. It's just the weaponry advantage they've already got, and the fact they've taken ramp, got the first kill to Professor.
And Bruiser tagged up by Matty's next to 5 versus 3. Mr. sprayed back to 24 HP. Viggo dealt with by 2. Well, nothing really left in it again for the T side line, trying to rush their way out towards mid and B side. It doesn't quite work out for them. Deagle and Mr. will try to get something on the way out of the round, but Ultex 1 versus 5 for him. Not even any damage done to Enterprise here.
Yeah, excellent round coming through from Enterprise. A slow, aggressive maneuver from Mangus towards that bridge area at the bottom of ramp.
SMG in. Dig down, still line up on a double. Okay, Ultex has found his triple in the round. The bomb plant will be secured here. Single tick could do it. On the reload now, back out towards the ramp position on the defuse is where they'll go, stick the whole thing. Mangus actually out in the open, a quadra. Not quite the ace there, but you could feel it from Ultex, how close it was coming in for him. Good steps taken, Molotov's in. Swing out, wins the fight of the AK. Mangus trades right back, grabs the AWP and escapes just about here. Smokes down for a bit of cover. I think they actually missed out there. He's going to go up to a non-nonsense position. Damage still being done towards Mangus. He's down to his angle as well. Eventually taken back through the wallbang by Ultex. And a 4 versus 3 scenario. Eli still in the midst of the smoke, close range here at the ramp control. Ultex doesn't see him. Eventually does as he gets up close and personal. Now Blytz and Matties. Last 2 players left. M4 and AK. Now just the AK remaining. He swings out, gets 1, and struggles so badly with the second. Ultex maintains his to them. M4 being the only real weapon to speak of. They do get Eli first. Deagle on the booster. Mangus does catch Viggo off as the Strauss weren't ready for that one. Matties also gets Ultex to chime into the advantage for the CT side. He is low. Miltsy unknown to the backside. Mangus still gets caught through the smokes. That's a casualty out towards this alley position on the site itself. Matties, or Miltsy rather, is going to get forced back. Blytz wins a fight in mid again against Mr. maintaining the advantage for the Enterprise side. And they've got the bomb. They at least have util for the AstralisTalent side. Bruiser's P250 swings out, gets Matty, sees the next 2, but losing his life for it leaves Vessel alone. Aware of just holding a back passive position, the body distracting the man, and Blytz will get the kill in the end. So Enterprise will steal on 10s, so it's not quite the highest peak, but it's a more consistent sort of straighten out line. Mr. gets Miltsy, starts things off again for the Vessel's leaning pretty deep into the site, and Mangus gets caught for it. Bruiser lands onto Blytz, and just like that, Astralis have control.
That both of these rifles get saved off. The fact that you've got lurks out towards B, the fact that the Eli is low, Mangus is going to try and get back into mid, but with the time remaining...
Slow walks in, and Mattis has absolutely no idea to this. There's the shot, all 5 down. Teammates for AstralisTalent. The Eagles around him. He was part of the reason why Enterprise stole a round back. Ultex starts things off against Blytz, though, tanking a ton of damage.
Using nades and slow it down at ramp.
Great flashes in for the CT side. They'll force forward, and Mattis will get his double up. So there it is. Once again, the big element for Enterprise with the Mr. closes in the backstab. Miltsy thinks it might be coming in here, and he wins the fight as well. Enterprise coming up with straight blind murder here.
The aggression back towards ramp has been a consistent thorn, and it's been something that Enterprise have done very well on, is realize the information, start pressing forward, just continue to fight. And now for Viggo, he's got to try and catch players through the smoke. Oh, he does catch a couple, and Ultex has got a clutch again.
Orp on 14 HP though, 1v1 plant down at default. Miltsy will lean in, the Orp will check position, and Miltsy's gonna catch him first, as he was still looking to sniper possess, did not account for the catching another tag towards Miltsy, but he's still not dead yet. Finally, Blytz comes up with a wallbang spray, and Fessor will fall. The side alley position. Bruiser waiting for his entry. 34 seconds. Vigo finally strikes on Eli. One man down. Matty takes the lurker out. The Orc's got to win this fight. And he doesn't do so. And Mangus deals with Bruiser. A 4v2 situation. Enterprise in full control. AstralisTalent still had the better buy. Still couldn't quite get control of the situation itself. Mr. finally trades. Mangus with a response. There's Mr. alone to clutch this time. Gets his second kill. A headshot back. Mangus low in the midst of the smoke. He'll tap the plant once. A spray will come through. He'll burn to 20 with 6 seconds on the clock. He's got to stick the plant here. Got to get that extra time. The bullets will fly towards the general direction. He'll get out alive. Get Mangus somehow. 1 versus 1 against Blytz. Still doesn't work out for him. And Enterprise will have the half. And they haven't been able to get those rounds. Finally, an opening advantage for Fessor as he catches Mangus ahead of the smoke in alley. Nades back to his position. Miltsy's going to miss that and still get the frag with Eli chiming in elsewhere. It's a man advantage for Enterprise.
They're playing with confidence now, and even 2 CTs to work around the spawn area. Vigo being able to get 1 instant trade, and now Mister's last one left. Blytz and Matty working together. Mister doing his best to try and see if he can transfer over to Miltsy, but 1v2, he's got to
position regardless here. Both coming in, smokes up, 1 player seen, and Mister just not taking a shot, opting to go for the much more out. Swing out for Vigo, gets nothing against Blytz, just dry facing, no util support. Mangus wins against Bruiser, and it's just more of the same, it feels like for Lashes in, AK at the corner, kill gets found by all Texas. Fessor the lurk is taken down. 2 versus 4, post plant in for Astralis.
At least they've got all techs alive. They've got that much going for them, but he's aggressive. He's looking to fight.
He wins 1 against Eli, but Tink down to 6 HP. He needs to play passive now. Mister's got to try and hold off on the backside himself on the double stack. Sees Blytz, but Blytz gets the headshot despite having the jump against him. Mangus turns it around outside the cubby corner. The elevator rotation. There's a big commit right here. Fessor caught by Mangus. Kill found. Damaged up a little bit by the wallbang. Attempts Bruiser there with a trade, but Eli comes up with 2 in the lineup. Mister the only response as Vigo stands alone in the 1 versus 3. He just can't get it done. They peak at a 3-man unit there. The 7 of the last 8 won by the Enterprise side, and well, it looks to be another one to add to the tally. Fessor fragged out first and foremost. CT's watching for the mid control, which is where Astralis are playing into. Miltsy does get caught off guard, so finally something going right with Vigo on the follow-up. It's a 4v3 in the A side.
The problem is how much pressure gets applied, because for Altex, he's got players aggressing out towards the B stairs. That's the bomb getting dropped. At least they've got time to work with Jay. Over a minute on the clock here.
But it's been brought back to a 3v3, and now Enterprise have the map dominance over the T side line. Mangus still lurking back towards this ramp control. Gets a jump on Mister, but Mister there with a responsive. Eli, seconds. Astralis starting to make their move. AK against Matty's position. He gets picked up. The Orpa seen as well. And finally, Astralis can get their 4th. Gets what we've got at the moment. Enterprise up to the T side start. And look how quickly they want to storm the site on B. Vigo has to catch off 2 kills, and that's exactly what he does. Looking for the triple as well against Mangus. Backups right behind him, and Altex. He gets Miltsy. Doubles up the same to Mangus' position, and Eli stands in a 1 versus 5. It only took a half switch for Astralis to finally look confident. Anti-ecos and anti-force buys we've seen so far in this matchup. Well, Vigo does get overwhelmed. Miltsy traded 4 versus 4. Fessor also down. What was that, Dwayne? Not this one, right?
No, not this one. No, not at all.
Now, Bruiser next up to face. And he does get taken down. 3v2, 2v1. Altex of the SMG. M4 switched out towards, and Miltsy coming in towards this alley position. Wins that fight! You've got egg on your face. I'm not shocked. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, at least the other rounds, there's been upgrades. There's been deeps, and there's been investment. That's definitely one that...
Tries to lean in towards mid. Altex does get the shot back, so a 4 versus 4, decent training. He's going to hear the other footsteps. They should be aware of the B hit.
It's still going to be difficult to get players over in time. Even for Mister, he's going to try and stall for as long as possible, get out to the back of default. These flashes are so on point. The Eli down here for entry is going to reload across. Players around the generators. Okay, they're just getting mopped at this point.
Yeah, 4 versus 2. 3 kills for Eli. Bruiser gets 2 on the lineup, though. Trades back to 1 versus 2, 1 versus 1, but Matty's there to maintain control.
Night and day of how strong AstralisTalent can be. Great nades at least starting off towards that B stairs, but Matty's with the entry. He doesn't even need to see him.
Barely caught him up with the flash, came over Elisa. Ultex can fall easy. Mister with a responsive towards Matty's part of things, tagged up early in that exchange. Eli to the back line to just alongside Mangus. Vigo comes up good against Mangus' own part, lines up a double to make it a triple overall. And just like that, Eli is alone, dead to Bruiser. Finally something
aggressive and something even execution heavy. There's one defender and that's it. At least they catch off the Eli in round.
Oh, Matty spotted by Ultex. Incendiary down towards the position, but Matty sticks around for the kill. A 4 versus 4, now the T's go charging into that B side. They're suppressed for a moment. Mangus does force out in the end. Festal catches him above that smoke at the scaffolding position. Mister also leaning in ahead of the SMG. Kill off against Miltsy as Blytz forced to chime in. The high HP player of the 2 remaining T-side members with the bomb on his back as well. AstralisTalent will pick him up, and Matty's
really stepped up tall. Think back to that last round. Vigo was able to get the multi-frag. Now Festal is that area, considering the extent of what that map could be, but it is looking like that could be the case. Matty's already with the entry.
Frag found, charged up to the B site as well. Sees the next 2 CTs, gets Vigo as well. Mister and can chime in towards a triple instead, a quadra in fact, as he mows down everybody else. Good entry efforts.
And we can say that's a pretty good half by round. They didn't invest much. They had the AK being saved over.
Flashes out, Vigo caught first. Mangus with the kill. Bruiser's ult misses, and that's a shot back for the man. A 2K to his name. Mister with his back turn. Trying to turn away from flashes. The ult picked up, and Mangus can't quite connect it. Festal with a double. A triple of his own right. Somehow bringing this back for Ultex to win the clutch, and he gets it to a 1v1.
Oh my goodness.
Under the site it will go. Bomb plant stuck. No timing's right. AK watching, turned away at the wrong moment. M4 can strike and he'll get the kill. Ultex wins that clutch.
Starting to shift up momentum. They need a couple of cleaner rounds. They've already got the idea of a ramp take. Festal swinging out wide, gets away with 1, needs a multi-frag. Oh my goodness, somehow he finds another 3K.
That was the perfect time back. Sees a decent response. Head of the smoke, however, Bruiser's going to see him get the shot. Spot for Eli. Eli doesn't get a secondary pick back, so damage being done. But realistically, the clutch is off the table. Needs one good shot. No, not going to find it. Had he landed that shot towards Mister, though, that would have... Miltsy watching. Moving up towards alley position. It's Matty's that strikes first. Kicks things off against Ultex. Flashes over Molly's back. Mangus will follow suit towards Festal. 5 versus 3. Vigo forced to chime back in. Mister waiting for more. Spots Eli Zorp and gets the trade. We're back to even standing.
Yeah, what a response and how necessary.
Making moves in. The M4 of Vigo. Ooh, timing's everything. He adjusts. The man advantage swings the way of Astralis now.
Oh my goodness. Mister is on 100 HP.
Mate, they had a 5 versus 3 situation. Now about to fall to a 1v3 for Enterprise. Matty's with 1 kill chiming in. Up for the clutch. 2 to face. Bruiser swings, gets his shot. Even the 2-0 here still. It's got to equalize against the Enterprise side. Again, Mangus will start things off on the alert, but the main hit comes in towards the B site. Smoke set
from the B stairs, but where to? Continue making info plays, and that's the bomb already seen. Miltsy gets the frag though.
Mister out towards main. Eli about to face him. Bomb plant can't be denied from here. It's a kill found. Matty's needs to get the trade together. It's Miltsy and Matty's that chime back in. Bruiser in the 1 versus 3, and there's no
engagement that comes through a little bit later on after that fact. He can't be staying alive, and then even dry.
Boost up for Mister as well ahead of the boxes. You see the T-side boost. It's Bruiser that strikes on Mangus out towards the A play. So 1 kill is found. Blytz still waiting around here. We need check for the SMG. You mentioned they need to see the playmaker from the CT side. He will get checked. He gets quite a lot of damage back, but it is a 4 versus 4.
Oh, they're still running.
Nays back to dish out the damage wall. They check quad. 2 players back there. Chance to line up. 1 frag found. Spam away for Vigo. Gets a 2. It's 4 versus 2. As Festal leans up. Eli can get that trade back. Festal trying to play it safe. Needs back up to get here. The AWP in mid. Sees the man, but Blytz gets his kill. Ultex AK turns up against Eli. And Blytz is so...
As they did previously, that 3rd player that was on B actually went slightly aggressive in the mid take instead. Really need to step up here. This AK, oh, the timing.
That's off. Vigo can get the bomb drop. Look for the Mangus next up on the site itself, but the flashbang keeps the CT blind. So a 3v3. Mister in the midst of the smoke, and Mangus is striking hard back. Fessor forced to trade blind. 2 versus 2, and the bomb goes down. Fessor, smoke goes down. Miltsy gets caught, tagged up to 85, but he lands a shot anyway. It's Bruiser alone in the 1 versus 2 for Enterprise to close it right here. The AWP looking around, checks backside. Bruiser's no, and the shot connects for Miltsy. So it'll be 16-12. Matties now holds position. Fessor seen, wrap the corner. Matties with the kill, kicks things off on the right foot. Needs to get Vigo as well and drop that bomb. Effective, efficient. Face out towards mid, sees 1 player, and Matties will try challenge on towards that man as he evades the main T-side force into the lower tunnels. 3rd kill for Matties as the headshot gets landed. Elife comes up, Ultex drops. 1v5 for Bruiser. He's not going much further. All 5 alive for Enterprise. Towards Enterprise like Enterprise did over on the last map. Fessor AK in, spray through, gets that 1st kill. Eli back up with the SMG alongside Miltsy with the FAMAS right behind him. A 4 versus 3 game by Enterprise.
What are they able to do from that point onwards? Blytz now spotting the bomb, getting the information forward.
Mangus with a double up, removes Bruiser and Mister, gets Vigo as well. Triple up for the man. And confidence as well. Counteraction from Mister. Wants to try exit out of the longhouse. See Matties, perfect flash from the CT side. Gets away with that kill. Mangus also known here. He sends the flashbang back over, looking to peek against Ultex and win that fight the same. The long holds from Enterprise have been fantastic so far, and AstralisTalent left out once again.
They've been rock solid, but now you've got to start focusing up over on B, crossing through without that util. The smoke comes through, and they're peeking before...
Astralis to hit the site. Fessor will get caught by Elive. Headshot gains. 1 man left in Bruiser. He's AWP out. Spray through from Elive. Gets a double. And Enterprise for health. Look at Miltsy playing anti-flash here at the stairway corner. Gets Vigo. Puts the smoke up to suppress it, and he's cledging closer to that Molotov. Fortunately alive here. Ultex also tagged to 25. He does find a kill back to the B side. That's the site open as well here, but the bomb's still on shore.
Yeah, they don't quite have that information just yet, and even if they start crossing back over, you've got the backstab. Look at this from top mid.
Ultex doesn't check it. Kill found. 2nd player also ineffective for Enterprise. They've now siphoned off bombs from any rotation positions. They've got to commit towards the A site. Being a man down. Vessel's backstab could work out, but Eli has seen them both now. Shot to connect. Mister actually not quite spotted here. The AK set over towards Gandalf, turning away from flashes. They'll make their way onto the site, and the spray will come through. The kill gets found as the 2nd player back out towards ramp, but 5 seconds. Mangus needs to get this kill, not secured around itself. Vessel's backstab's got to save as Enterprise takes 7 in a row.
Yeah, what is... Don't get ahead of yourself too far, mate.
Well, look, 8-0, that would be a flawless half take. It wouldn't be the 16-0 yet, but Astralis would put up no resistance as Enterprise would secure their CT side. A frag found to start things off in a 4 versus 4 trade. Blytz struggling out towards that long control, doing damage towards Mister. Smokes in towards that CT cross as Mister gets the trade back. And Blytz has fallen. Matty's looking for more. Shots ringing out as Mangus blind still gets Mister. Matty turns back towards Bruiser, so it's a 3v2 for Enterprise.
Yeah, Ultex even getting spotted out for the doors, and just for a moment.
Incendiary's down. Mister trying to back up. Damage being done towards that man. Spray through for Mangus, gets the 1st, sees the 2nd as well. That's what Miltsy's there to cover off on the crossfire. 5 versus 3. Ultex acting out of tunnels makes it 2 now. Bruiser and Vigo. So much work to be done ahead of the smoke. Vigo falls. Bruiser does catch at least 1 trade, but Matty's quick on the trigger. Turns it back. They're doing all they can. Ultex tries back onto Blitz's trade. A 4 versus 4. Ultex and Matty's turn around on the trades once again for the CT and T sides. Matty still holding onto position on the short position. Get back to the A site. It's Eli and Mangus peek up towards mid. C2, catch 1, 3v2 scenario.
And that was the chance right there for AstralisTalent. At least they've opened up A now, but they've got to go back and get the bomb. That's going to take some further time.
They're exposed towards that long control. Mangus needs to hide here. The AWP will peek up the position, land that shot. Vessel alone. Nailed the 57. Time starts to tick away. There's still a little bit of time to play with for the CT side. Mangus will give it a headshot, and he gets it onto Vessel. It's double up for the 11th now. Losing the 1st pick again here and just losing out in every single facet in this match. And Matty's ready to flash in, peek out towards that short position. So many players caught for blinded, and Matty's, fortunately for the T side, doesn't get away with much. Eli, however, catches an aggressive player and gets it to a 4v3 anyway. Towards CT might have been heard there. Molotov's burning, Vigo so close, and apparently he's not even detected. Kill found. There's still an AWP in the midst of the smoke that are looking for him. Shot connects. Vigo does catch the trade. 2 versus 2. Once again, AstralisTalent have a chance.
HG down onto the bomb side could deal with the NWP. Very wide in for Bruiser, who catches off Blytz.
It's all left to Mangus now. AWP, Bruiser is watching the short control. AK swings, gets the shot back. One-on-one, where's Vigo at? Out towards long, not spotted. Yes, he was actually. Mangus down knows what he can do. Flash over the left-hand side, tap the bomb once, check Goose, turn away, look for Vigo with a spray! And he's won it anyway! Enterprise continue!
Not for the taking!
God, every time AstralisTalent gets some sort of way back in, Enterprise just shine back all the same. Matty's with a double already in this round. The AWP of Eli seeing a third player. Bomb dropped in mid, and now Fessel's fallen. Maybe Ultex can get a trade. Maybe Vigo can find a responsive, but the CTs are backed off. Got the trade on the player at long. This is 13-0.
Yeah, Ultex trying to do his best, and the Eli again.
Success here. Force buy into this next one. Scouts out for Bruiser. The AWP of Eli's found the first pick, and the second, of course.
Yeah, even Blytz is just running up top mid. Bomb is trapped. How do you get out of this one?
You don't. As Miltsy proves with a straight engagement. Losing 74 points of HP despite both players emptying their mags. Vigo finally gets a trade back, but the CTs just swarm top mid and the scene through the doorway. Ultex is ready for Eli here. Flashes forward and he does get that kill for it, so that's something gained. Still so much. Vigo engages to not quite win a fight. Do some damage. Finally, Miltsy will end up dropping the low HP player in this exchange. The AWP of Ultex leaning forward, and Incendiary is forward towards Vigo's position. He'll make his way forward, and somehow they'll win that fight. Now Blytz, 20 seconds to try and protect himself, to try and stay alive here. Ultex grabbing that bomb, 17 seconds. Footsteps heard to his left and right. Ready for suicide, ready for the backstab. There comes the kill. 10 seconds, sprays back. One bullet's all Blytz needs. Ultex needs to land one bullet himself. And at long last, Astralis is still 2 Mac 10s to go into round 15 with. Flashes forward, here come the T, sprays through for Mangus, gets that first. Ultex to 4 and Blytz waiting.
They're gonna hear it.
Coming in so quick as well. Not even a challenge for Matty's kill found. 2 more players making their way up to this
Just
position.
getting caught now in the mid position. Not a lot of map control being gained. The NWP peeks out dry. Another pick being landed. Milty thinking about a double.
Well, Mister gets his shot back against the man, Mister. Forced away, Incendiary, but a smoke out from Mister's going to reveal the real play. In 10 seconds remain to try to get the bomb down. Shot from Eli, that secures it. Round 1, half done. Nothing that Bruiser can do. He'll try his best. But running into the CT side to get an exit frag at best, and it's Matty that takes him down at the very last second. 14-1 for Enterprise. How dominant have they looked? It looked good from there. They looked all right on the comeback over on Vertigo. And here on Dust 2, none of that potential being seen. Eli domed in 2 heads. Mister and Bruiser down to the pistol round. At least Fessel gets traded and Vigo will get pulled back. It's Enterprise taking the pistol.
Yeah, even Milty getting hungry for this last fight out towards mid. Slightly awkward for the Glock, but they're just sending that bomb in towards the A site, getting it planted. Milty's going to finish it off. 15-1.
But it has been a form that's dipped off the edge of a cliff since map 2.
Even Mangus, 23 kills and 2 deaths. I mean, you don't get stats towards the longhouse. He's got a player on the other side of Matty's, and you're just getting desperate.
Miltsy and Matty's in with the 2 kills back. Fessel to return 1 headshot. Needs to be a lot more from him and Ultex here if they want to try and take this one back. The scout shots do connect to Miltsy to do some damage, but Fessel's fallen on A, and Ultex set to trade. Only 1 kill. Needs to get 4. That's the second player. Spots the third as well. Backstabs in down from Angus. And there it is. 16-1 for Enterprise. A dominant way to close out map 2.